I think last time we've talked about this. I kind of repeat the same thing, but I find it fascinating to bring people together with their biological bag of meat, I call it, in a way that when they are in the same room talking to each other, the collaboration can be a lot better at so many different levels that it cannot be done via like web or whatnot. So the blockchain is a protocol, the same way we've seen a lot of evolution of protocols at so many different layers in the internet. So we've seen the TCP/IP evolving, and that's the foundational layer to everything that it's internet, including the telco that exists today. And then on top of that, we've seen the evolution of FTP, SMTP, HTTP that enabled the World Wide Web. Now, if you notice that the HTTP enabled the World Wide Web, but it did not necessarily replace SMTP. We still use SMTP for email. The blockchain is another evolution where you can transmit value without having to rely on an intermediary. While the blockchain is evolving on that layer, there's other layers that they can be at layer 0, other layers at layer 2. They will unravel themselves over the next year or two, and they'll become predominant across the globe, especially with telcos and communication devices, because when we go to layer 0, that would be on the communication devices. So the next evolution of TCP/IP, if that is blockchain-based, and almost every device is able to transmit value without having to depend on intermediary. So. Well, they're already replacing humans. I mean, the thing is with AI, 40 years ago, the calculator was considered AI. And then when we have it, we'll be like, oh, this is not AI. Then we start building something else and so on and so forth. So what we expect today is that, for example, when you look at autonomous machines, they used to be described in a certain way as if it's like robots walking on the street, that they look like human. But that's very subjective. Autonomous machines did exist for a long time, like your washer, dryer, and so on and so forth. And those are getting to become more and more autonomous and have a lot of sensors and intelligence and so on and so forth. So it's already replacing a lot of jobs, and a lot of redundant jobs that we don't want anyway. So it's not that you don't find anyone today that is complaining. It's like, oh, that calculator took my job. They're happy, because people, we're creative. We always find a way to use certain elements to our benefit. Now, will AI replace us completely? That nobody knows. I mean, a lot of folks, they claim to know, but you can never know whether AI will replace us completely or we will always coexist. Do we become a second-degree citizen on that planet, or do we maintain a coexistence that we have a certain function while AI has some other function to conquer the universe and so on and so forth? So that's becomes a little more philosophical. But is it going to replace a lot of jobs? Hell yeah, it's already replacing a lot of jobs.